Hello, I'm Brock from the Elite Club, and I'm quite happy to have Paul from Osprey Health and Safety with me today. And we've been talking before we went on air a little bit about, as owners, directors, CEOs of companies, about the liabilities of health and safety.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those important things that I think, especially if you're a new director or new into senior executive role
Mm.
or CEO in a business,
Yeah,
it's important either to learn what you need to know or just have that refresher about what your responsibilities are, what the liabilities are, and the kind of things you need to have in place to ensure that you are compliant and doing what's necessary when it comes to health and safety. Because health and safety does require resourcing,
mm.
it does require leadership, and leadership comes from the top.
It does, and I think. Well, I don't think I know some owners, directors, and everything don't even understand the legal requirements there are to have these things.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because I mean, I think Paul, for a while, us ran hotels and resorts and everything, and you have a death in a facility like that due to fire or any other type things. We're talking jail time. We're not talking about a fine. And there's true other things. I'm just saying that's my personal experience with that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the reality is, even if you're doing health and safety really, really well,
Mm.
things do go wrong.
Yes.
And when things go wrong, it's to be able to have that confidence to know you've done everything that you're meant to be doing,
Yes.
always gotten as close to it as possible. It's fines nowadays can easily run into millions.
Yes.
Jail time is rare,
It is
but
rare,
but
but it
but it
does
can
happen.
happen.
Can happen.
And the reality is, you know, if something goes wrong, it could cost you millions in fines. Even if it, I mean, the reality is, who can afford to give £20,000 away
Yeah.
in terms of a fine? And we can't insure against fines.
No.
That comes out of your bottom line.
Yep.
I think it'll be painful for almost any business to lose 20 grand.
Yep.
If you start talking 1.3 million pounds,
Mm.
you know, that's a lot of money. That's losing your house kind of territory, losing
Yes.
your business, really impacting on your
Yeah.
life.
And as you know, because you do it all the time, it's also the fines will sometimes, not sometimes, will always be in line with what you've done to if you've
Exactly.
done everything you can do, and something happens, then a lot of times that's
Exactly.
just something happens.
Ex-
But
yeah, it's exactly the case. So the more you're actually done to comply, the
mm,
less likelihood is that of you having been negligent.
yes.
And in those cases, it's almost practically impossible to be found guilty of corporate manslaughter, for example.
Yes.
If you are doing what you're meant to, or as close as possible to it, you know, you're covering yourself. And it's about making, for me, this event that I've got planned coming up in the not too distant future, health and safety for directors and senior executives is really about pointing out how things can go wrong, what the law requires us to have in place, um, and what we can do about it. The event is going to be based on high level health and safety.
Yep.
So we're not talking about how to pick up a box or check your computer screen.
Yeah.
This is going to be management level, senior kind of stuff, the boardroom health
Yes.
and safety. Because that's where it all starts. If there's no commitment in the boardroom
Yep.
or little commitment in the boardroom, it just doesn't trickle down.
It doesn't trickle. You're absolutely right, and
You've
it's
got
just
to have it,
it's like everything you do in training. If it's not adopted by senior management, then
exactly.
it's not gonna change the actual way that the whole company looks at it, or the culture. That's what
Yes,
I'm looking for. The
yeah.
culture.
What you're
Culture.
wanting to do
Yeah.
is have senior management actually have an impact, a positive impact. I'll
Yes.
add on the culture.
Yeah. Positive is good.
Yeah, positive because they can equally have a very, very negative
Yeah.
impact on it. So what we're looking at is trying to develop that positive health and safety culture within senior
Mm.
management, that affects the behavior of people at every level in their
Yeah.
business.
I know the Elite Club, we're really looking forward to this, to bring it in for our members to be able to attend this, and yeah, just make sure that we're doing the right thing. Simple as that. And I think the other thing as well, as you know, is going to be, it's going, the event itself will be great because of that, but also it's bringing those senior management and directors and owners together as well to have other connections on top
Yeah,
of that.
exactly. Not only are you making connections, but the learning that is shared
Mm,
when you get a group of senior directors and business owners together in a room and talk about the bottom line.
yep.
It's so easy to find commonalities and make your connections that way. Because trust me, when we start talking health and safety, we've got that in common. All of us do.
Yep. Yep.
Whether we have positive experiences or negative,
Yep.
we've all got a view on it. And the idea is to foster that positiveness, positivity within the
Excellent.
senior. And I think the Elite Club platform is brilliant for that. It's the
Mm.
right group of people in the room um, to be taking this on and doing some learning, sharing, and connecting.
Thank you so much. Well, Paul was just happening by a Corker meeting. I grabbed him in for this because we started talking about this, and I said, "Well, let's do a quick video." So we'll put this out there as a teaser about what's coming, and we'll do a proper ad for the event itself when we have the dates and times and everything. Because I know he's just finishing tying that all together right now.
Yes, yeah. It's currently in the final stages of being organized. But
So coming to a venue near you soon. Watch
exactly.
this space.
Exactly.
So Paul from Osprey Health and Safety and Elite Club, we really thank you for dropping by and
Yeah.
allow me to kidnap you for 10 minutes.
Cheers. Thanks, Brock.
And Corker Media, thanks for putting this video out for us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.